Good Sunday morning. Here we are, 256 Garage. Actually, it's a good Christmas Eve morning. We just swung by here real quick, gonna try to do a quick radio swap. We got the 99 F150, old shop truck, kind of call it, run around truck, beat around truck, whatever you want to call it. Maybe one day we hope to Coyote swap it. Don't know if that ever happened, but we got the Coyote down there in another truck, and we've done put the lightning wheels on this one. But the radio went out in it, and can't ride around without tunes, so we're gonna see what we can do about that. Anyway, right here is the old radio that was in it. It still comes on and everything. It just won't play, no sound or nothing. Nothing will go through it. USB won't hook up, or Bluetooth, anything like that. So we picked this up one. Right here it is. It's a little Pioneer, I don't know, DHS31BT. Anyway, CDRS receiver, Android, Apple Pair, all that to it. So anyway, we're gonna see if we can't hook it up and make it work. That way, at least we'll have some tunes going down the road. Hang on. All right, if you can see it here, we're gonna go ahead and unbox this thing. Like I said, Pioneer radio. See if we can get it out of here. Without shaking the camera off. Well, I was hoping it was a narrow one, but it's not. But anyway, that's what it's looking like. Go ahead and get it out of the bag. Well, this must have the CD player in it also. That's why it's the bigger. But anyway, right there it is. Come with the wires. They're out there in the truck already. They was on top of the box. Got the directions. So anyway, we can see if we can put this in, see if we can make it play. One thing about these 99 F150 up to I think 2003, all this is pretty easy. This cover right here just kind of snaps on. Unhook your harness on this side. Mash a little tab in, pull it out, and you got that part out of your way. Then the radio, nothing to it. Like I said, since it's already had one put in it, it just kind of snaps in, and there it is. So now we'll see what we can do about unhooking all these wires and start hooking this plug into our new plug. Our new plug right here that plugs directly into our radio. It'll plug into this, and that way we don't have to do no wire cutting. Okay, so we was able to take our old radio out and slide it right into the piece just like it was. I thought we would be able to. Later on, we may go ahead and get another new one of these because this one is in pretty rough shape. It's done been broke and glued, and this bigger radio, it may cause a little bit of a problem. I don't know, but for right now, we're going to use it. And so let's hook the wires up and go from there. Okay, so we're going to start by cutting. This is the harness that plugs into the factory harness and then wires into the radio. So we're going to start by cutting it loose, getting all this old plug out of the way that we don't need. So I'm cutting it close to the butt connector as I can. That way I have all the wire I can. And this is them extra speakers this back there that when we hook the amp and the other speakers in, we're not really going to need all that. So just for right now we're using it. But you can see this right here plugs into our factory harness, so we don't have to cut the factory harness to wire the radio plug in. So what we'll do is these right here are color match, so we're going to hook all these up together, and then we'll be able to plug our radio into our factory harness of the truck. Okay, I got both connectors stripped, and I've got these good heat shrink connectors that we're going to connect them to each other with. So we'll slide them on, tie them together, slide this over, heat shrink it around it. Everything will be good and protected. But like I said, everything's color coded here. Your yellow to yellow, your purple wires to your purple wires. One's got a black stripe, one's solid. Green with a black stripe, green solid. Gray with a black stripe, white with a black stripe. All these are just the same, red to red. So we'll hook all these together and then we'll be ready to plug it in. Okay, if you can see it there, I like to tie my two wires together and then slide the solder strap over it. And then when you go to heat, that solder just melts around both them wires together. May have got that in a little hot. And then you heat shrink that plastic around it. Everything's sealed up, hooked together, not going anywhere. So I'm going to do every one of them like that, and then we'll be ready to plug it up. See, I slide my solder shrink wrap over it. I'll get my white wire, solid white to solid white, and I'll twist them together real good. Then lay it back over away from your solder shrink. Slide it over on it. It's a little tough to slide, but it'll go. And get that solder band right over the joint. And then take your heat, melt that solder into the wire real good, and then heat shrink your plastic. I see that one's there, and it ain't going nowhere. We'll do every one of them like that. Okay, so we got them all hooked together, soldered and shrink wrapped. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is put some black tape over it too to hold everything together. That way you ain't got a bunch of wires flopping around. I just like to tape them all together so it's one nice and neat harness. Be kind of like that. And here it is, all taped together. Now we'll plug in and plug in. Okay, so we got it plugged up. We're gonna kind of slide this in place, if it'll slide. Our thick harness is getting in the way in there. Let me get it tucked down inside. Oops. Oh, it's got the detachable face. Okay, let's turn the switch on. See what happens. Well, it's coming on. Language, English. I guess we need to go through the setup now, don't we? 12 p.m. What time is it? 10:58. 10 a.m. 58. See what happens here. Start demo. Pioneer. Demo off from system menu. App control, use Bluetooth. Advanced smartphone experience with Pioneer. Smart Sync special sound setting for smartphones. Music. Reactivate navigation app with guide mix. Text message reading. Quick charge from Android, Pandora, Spotify, radio, FM AM, USB, We're gonna get the paper out, see what everything says about it, and then we'll see if we can get this thing playing some music. Alright, we got her working and got her hooked to our smartphone. Maybe YouTube will let this song play, so show you that it's working. Let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it. So anyway, that's got it. Putting the Pioneer radio in here. We're gonna snap our cover back on. Hold on one second. Cover help hold that thing tight too, where it won't bounce around. There it is. Pioneer radio installed. Thanks everybody for tuning in. 256 Garage out.